kind of fallen off the wagon in making videos because I've just been trying to build as much as possible, and I just didn't want to be bothered with making sure the microphone's working and the camera's working and all that. But I thought I'd do a quick walkthrough and give an update on where I'm at with my build. So as you can see, I got my 2 panels painted. This is a pony I had when I was a kid, and this was my goat that I had that died about 6 or 7 years ago. She was my favorite goat out of all the goats I had. So those are going to be memorialized in my kitchen. And we come in. So I have all the walls up. The only thing I don't have finished is where the solar panel system is going, because I'm going to make a special plate to go over that since all the wiring comes out there. So it'll be a kind of a raised surface. I'll mount all my, like my charge controller and things like that on the wall, and then that will be mounted to that wall. So that's a future project. But let's see. So that's where the fridge will go. I got these wall sconces finished. I rewired them, and I think I have the video footage, so I will hopefully be able to create a video soon and show that. But they're fun. There's gaps and everything, but I will work those out later. I just needed to get everything up. And so now, and wiring hell, that took me probably over a month of many hours of wiring to get all the wiring run. And I'm not completely finished, but I mean, I have all the wiring run, I just don't have all the lighting up. But I do have like notes to myself, like there's a light that goes here, and then I have my lever nuts here. I keep them open, and that shows me that I still have 2 wires that needs to go through there. So I have all the notes for all the lights that are going up that I don't have physically hanging, like I have this one hanging to remind me where it's going and stuff like that. And so in the bathroom, I have built up, or started to build up this wall. I don't have it completely anchored yet because I need to start building out the ceiling, but I can't do that until I close that off. And before I close that off, I need to cut my holes for I have 2 vent fans that are going in, and then the wood stove chimney pipe's going to go around there somewhere. I haven't mapped it out yet. And then I also have a skylight that I need to map out and put in as well. So I wanted to leave that open so it's an easy way to get up onto the roof to get all that installed. So once I get those in, then I will go ahead and close that off. So that's going to be coming soonish. And I have a fun little project that I'm working on here. I got this little porthole window that I'm going to put in for the bathroom. So, and I'm figuring out, it's going to be recessed a little bit, so I'm figuring out that right now. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to get done soon. And then also get this wall built up. I got to get some more pallets. I'm running out of wood to finish cladding the wall. I did get this flooring mounted, so I had to put some cork under it, glue the cork down, and then I did finally put those down. So next up is I'm also working on sanding and finishing off the next set of wood planks that's going to go this way. So then the bathtub was shoved back in there. I just finished gluing that all together, so I'm letting that sit up. So, and then I got to figure out the drain situation, the cap or whatever that goes under the tub to go down below. I have to figure out that sort of hardware. So that's my next step. And I didn't cut this hole out completely in case I need to enlarge it for that. I just started it so I know where it needs to go. So that's for the bathtub. So the bathtub needs to be scooted back over. The latest project I've worked on is, I don't know if I showed a before on this cabinet, but this was a chest of drawers that somebody gave me. They wanted me to just take it and burn it. And it was in pretty rough shape. It was all out of alignment, and it was scuffed and scratched up, and the stain or paint or whatever was on it before was all looking really rough. And it also has a pull-out drawer. I'm not finished with that. I had to. It was completely warped, and I had to realign all that. So it's sitting out there. I need to glue it back together now. But anyway, I sanded it all down, and I was able to put it back to square and get everything aligned back up. So I took all the hardware off, sanded everything down, and then I gave it 2 coats of that tried and true wax finish, which I love that stuff, and I never want to use any kind of polyurethane or stain ever again. I just want to use that because this piece of furniture is like night and day. It's so gorgeous. This has had such a glow up. And so my next step is going to be on this little cabinet up here that I bought separately, but I'm going to mount it there on top. So this is it's got 2 doors. I think it used to be an old medicine cabinet because it says brush your teeth. But I'm going to use it to store, I don't know, jewelry and stuff like that, probably. I don't know yet. But I do have a skeleton key that fits the locks and locks it up. So I can lock it so that it won't open. And fun fact, when I bought this cabinet, this door was locked and they didn't have a key for it. And she's like, if there's $1 million in there, split it with me. But alas, there was no money in it. It was just an empty cabinet. And then there's also this little drawer down here. So this is going to get a glow up, but I needed to get this done to make sure, one, that it was going to go back together because it was in rough shape, falling apart. So before I spent any time or worked on this area, I needed to make sure it would fit in here. So that just led to me finishing it so that if need be, I could just go ahead and secure it in. So I'm not securing it in yet because I want to put the bed platform up first so that I have room to work with there, and then I will get it mounted. So I got to figure out how I'm going to mount it. So that's something for future, but I am happy with it being here now, and I think it's going to look great. So again, right here is going to be some hanging clothes, and then this will be a closed closet that'll be divided. So, and on the left-hand side is going to be all the solar system all up in there. And then this right-hand side, there'll be enough room to put a litter box in, and I'll have a little door probably in the front, maybe on the side. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. So the cats can go in and use their litter. And then up above will be a storage closet. I can put, towels in here. I can put any bathroom things I need to store in here. Also, I could store other things such as crafts or, there's so many things, but more storage. So that's great. And then once the tub is in place, so the tub will be in place here, there'll be a wall all the way up here to kind of help support the tub. And then I'm going to build like a shelf over the front area that'll be cut out in the shape of the tub. And then on the back side, I'm going to build a half wall that is as tall as the tub. And then again, probably another shelf. So there'll be a shelf on the front and on the back, but that's also going to hold it in. So it'll be locked into place. There'll only be maybe this much of the tub that won't have any walls holding it in. It'll be surrounded by walls for the rest. And so then on this area here, this will be kind of open to walk in. And then I was going to have hanging clothes here. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room for hanging clothes. So it might just be some more shelving to store things. I haven't worked that out yet, but we'll get there. So all the water lines, the whole water system is completely plumbed and set into place here. The only thing I haven't crimped yet are these hoses because there's going to be a wall coming through here and they're going to run through the wall. So I needed to be able to take them apart to put them through the wall. And then so I'll build a little platform or a little box to protect the water heater and also to cover up the wiring for the water heater and the plumbing for the water heater. Yeah, so the rest of the plumbing is behind the walls there. And then I think that's about it. So I do still need to finish riveting the outside of the bus, but that is something I'm saving for another time. I was trying to get the inside done because the state is kind of jerking me around on getting this title changed from a commercial bus to an RV. And when I initially started all this, they told me that once I had 4 out of 6 requirements installed, that I could have an inspection. And now they've done a 180 and they're saying, no, the whole thing has to be done. So I'm just kind of busting my butt trying to get the whole bus built out so that I can get it converted, which I'm just kind of done because the state has had my title since late June, early July of last year. And so I don't have the title to my bus right now, and that's a little frustrating. Plus, they also have a check that I sent them. I don't know how long that's going to be valid for, but I sent them the $50 fee to do all this, and they're holding on to that too. So they have all my stuff. They're kind of holding it hostage, and they refuse to send an inspector out to inspect it until it's completely done. So I'm trying to get it to the point that they can look at it and say, okay, it's done. So it's not going to be, I'm not going to do any of the painting. I don't know if I can get by with not having the ceiling all in yet. So we'll see. But I'm just putting my head down and working as much as I can to get this done so that they'll finally come out and inspect it. So that's a quick update of what all I've done. I forgot I did run propane up to the stove, and I don't know if you can see the propane line running down. And then the next step is to run it underneath the bus. So here's where it's coming out from inside. So all this CSST tubing, I need to run through this metal pipe, and then I've got to mount it under the bus and run it to the back where the water heater is. So I got to run it down and then across. And so I'm not scared to do it, but I am procrastinating because it's not going to be fun. So I'm going to have to like get under there, and I have all the fittings, I think, here for mounting it. Although I'm not sure if I have the screws to mount it. I thought I had everything, but I'm not finding the screws in this pile. So I got to figure out what happened to the screws, and yeah, and get that mounted up so that the propane system is run, and then that's all the hardware that I need to build so the where the propane tanks go. But I still need to get the hardware, the metal, to build a metal frame around it that will mount up under the bus, and so that's something else I got to work out. I used to I had a plan on how I was doing it, and there was a YouTube channel called Gus the Struggle Bus that I kind of got the idea or the instructions on how to do all this. But they sadly, their YouTube channel, most of their videos have been taken down. So I no longer have access to that. However, in my little notebook, I did take copious notes on how they built it, at least the system, but not the framework. So I'm going to have to check out some other YouTube videos and see how people are mounting their propane tanks underneath, and I'm going to have to cut this out very carefully so that I can reuse that as I'll just hinge it and then have little locks on the sides so that I can access it from the outside, but then it can be closed behind there as well. The exterior, I do have all the rivets finished on this side, and I do have it spray foamed underneath for extra protection. I do need to Bondo this so that it's smooth, and then I have, I think, 2 on the other side. Now on this side I do have 2 areas I got to Bondo. I've got the circular hole there and this one here. So I need to get those done, and then probably eventually those, well, I don't know about this one now, but I know these 2 is where I plan to put windows eventually. So we'll see if I actually just Bondo it or if I just paint over it. So I think that's it with the updates. This is my shore power plug, water heater, and the water inlet. And on this side, I do have an exterior plug outlet, a receptacle, so that if I'm working outside, I can use that for electricity. Oh, and then one other thing I did cover up my gas inlet, or my diesel inlet. So it was just a wide open hole before, and I didn't like that idea. So I found this little cover that I could put on to cover it up and protect it. So I have done videos periodically as I've been working on it. So I'm going to try to sort through those and edit them to show whatever it is that I've worked on. So it's going to be a little kind of like going back in time from where we are right now, but I'm going to try to get to those. The problem is if I'm working on the videos, then I'm not working on the bus. So I'll have to save that for rainy days. I do have a bus route during the summer, but it's not till the end of July. So that'll be 2 weeks that I will have some downtime in between routes to sit and work on it. So yeah. So if I'm not able to get any videos done before then, hopefully I'll be able to sit and edit a few videos during those 2 weeks. So that's all I have for now. I just wanted to give a quick update and kind of memorialize where I am at this point. It's been a long journey. This was a lot of work to get to this point. Wasn't able to work during like December, January, February because it was so cold, but in March I did jump back in. It's been a journey, but I'm very excited and I'm seeing progress, and so that's always a great thing. So I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope I can update quicker.